yourself. Reframing is giving yourself a fighting chance to understand that you can't lose. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Dyme LaShawn, and we back at it again. This is your first time here. Welcome. Come on in and grab a seat. We talk about lifestyle, self-development, and love, and every little thing that falls in between, okay? So that's what you can expect to find over here. If you're interested in that, make sure you go ahead and subscribe because I wouldn't want you to miss anything, okay? 2023, baby, it's gonna go down over here, and I don't want y'all to miss a thing, all right? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe down here, and make sure you hit the button, because, I mean, that's just kind of going to be necessary, okay? Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and jump into today's topic. I find this particular thing or this particular tool to have been life-changing for me. I'm just going to be real. I have always been an optimistic person, but I've always had run-ins with the what if or the negative side of things as well. And I know for me, because I have experienced functional depression, and I call it functional because clearly I was able to function and be fine overall, but deep down inside there was something that just wasn't the way that it could be in terms of happiness and in terms of being and feeling fulfilled. Yes. So, once I got to therapy and once I started learning more about myself, I realized that really, I just need a little reframing. So I wanted to go ahead and make this video and share this with you guys for those who might be transitioning into therapy, thinking about therapy, not really sure if they feel like therapy is for them. And thus may not learn this from a therapist, but I wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys to show you that it is relatable, it can be useful, and it honestly can change your life for the better. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Reframing. Okay, so boom. What is reframing? Reframing is basically, it's actually what it sounds like. So say you have a picture in one frame, it's taking that picture out and putting it in a different frame. The likelihood of it looking the same is low. It's gonna look different because you have a different thing encasing this picture. Does that make sense? So basically, reframing would be taking one thought and putting it in a different, a different casing, if you will, right? So boom, I'll give you an example. Reframing something could look like, wow, I got passed over for the job that I wanted. They didn't hire me. This sucks, right? To, wow, there's something better coming for me because the job that I wanted, I didn't get. So there's gotta be something bigger. We're still discussing the same exact idea, but we're actually talking about something in a more positive light, right? So reframing. That is what we would call reframing. And it's not fake. It's actually not fake at all, because at first I was like, this doesn't seem genuine because I feel how I feel. And I said what I said. But it's kind of like, yeah, you said what you said, you feel what you feel. But does it have to be so down and out? Does it have to be so negative in order for it to be the truth? You know what I mean? And I feel like happiness is something that it's manufactured. I'm gonna just go ahead and jump out there and say that. And when I say manufactured, I'm talking about self-manufactured. I'm not talking about something that you buy at the store or you pick up, you know, somewhere out there. I'm talking about inside. You make your own happiness. Happiness is organic, but you do make it as well. It's like both of them, to be honest. Like, yeah, your lettuce can be organic, but do you not intentionally put the seed and intentionally water it and intentionally cultivate it and watch it grow? Yes, you do. So it's organic, but it's also made. It's also intentional. And being happy is too. I really realized that in my 31 years of life. Yes, the girl's 31. If you missed the birthday vlog, go ahead and check it out. But anyway, in this amount of time that I have had the opportunity to live and grow, I've noticed that happiness cannot be on circumstance. Happiness cannot be dependent on what people are doing. You cannot use codependency to be happy. You are cheating the ride, and the ride is going to cheat you. So when I realized, and when I was taught reframing, it really put things into perspective for me, because I realized, wow, I really can create my own reality and it actually be my reality. I don't have to be quote unquote delusional, but I can be optimistic and realistic about the good stuff and about the bad stuff, okay? So I want to share that with you guys. Babes, honestly, I'm not lying, I'm being honest. If you are in situations that do not feel good, or in situations that are not fulfilling you, this is normal. Do not feel bad about it. So I feel like there's 3 different things that happen when we are experiencing bad feelings. And this is my opinion. This is not anything backed by research, I don't think. But I feel like there are 3 different things that happen when we are going through something that doesn't feel good to us. Either embarrassment, like shame, like hiding in the shadows of ourselves, or disassociation. Well, when that happens to a person, then I mean, I guess they will feel like that. Who is the they, girl? It's you, okay? I was guilty of disassociation. And then the last one for me, I feel like just lack of accountability. Oh, I don't care. I ain't tripping. It don't matter, right? And if you're going through, or you topsy-turvy within those 3 things, then a lot of the time you're looking at it from a lens that could be reframed, because there's something negative about the situation that's making you not feel your best about it, right? Boom. It's okay. I get it. Baby, I told y'all. I get it. I was a disassociator, okay? I'm not even in my body when I'm not happy, okay? So I get it. And this is why reframing is important. So for example, say you are dealing with someone that you love. You're in a relationship, you love them, and they do something to hurt you. Say they want to break up and you don't want to break up. Or say they are trying to leave the relationship and that's not something that you want. And so your initial feeling might be, wow, like, they want to leave me after everything that I put in, after everything that I've done, after everything that I've really provided to them. I sacrificed for them. This is how I feel. And you're going on this tangent of dissatisfaction. You're going on this tangent of pain, this tangent of hurt, and your pain is valid and your hurt is valid, because that would hurt, right? Like, who the fuck are we kidding? But then there's an opportunity for reframing. And this is when it gets delicious, okay? Instead of going on this continuous tangent of pain, go on your tangent first, child, because it hurt. Go ahead and let it out. But instead of going on this continual tangent of hurt, it could also be an opportunity for you to point out what good this situation is providing to you. I know. Your first thought is like, what the F are you talking about? My man is leaving me, child. Ain't nothing good. I get it. But, what if, instead of, wow, my man wants to leave me and I will no longer be with him, and this is not a good thing, initial thought, what about the reframed thought? The man that I love no longer wants to be here. That means we are no longer aligned. Wow, the man who is supposed to be with me is on his way. At first, it's gonna sound like straight up poppycock, okay? It is. But once you start to really look at it from that perspective, you will understand that you cannot lose. Reframing is not lying to self. Reframing is giving yourself a fighting chance to understand that you can't lose. Okay? So, how about you give it a try? So let's go through some steps, right? So like if you are feeling hurt or upset or negative about a thing. And you have all rights to feel upset, negative, or hurt about whatever thing is upsetting you or is not making you feel good, okay? So feel your feelings, but then after you feel your feelings, come on with me, okay? So first, you're gonna wanna consult yourself, right? You're gonna wanna ask, why do I feel negatively about this? Is it my ego? Do I feel like I've lost something? Why do I feel like I've lost something? Do I feel like somebody played with me? Why do I feel played with? What is it that is really bothering me? It's good to self-consult before you ask another soul, okay? Because sometimes people can give us their own thoughts and we'll take them and we'll run off with them and it's just not even really giving that, okay? That's not really what you feel. Somebody else is telling you how to feel. No. Self-consult. Feel your feels. Ask yourself, why am I even really mad? What is bothering me? And underneath what's making you mad, because anger is a secondary emotion. So underneath what's making you mad, you gotta ask, what's making me scared? Or what's making me sad? Or what's really making me feel the discomfort? And then you start there. And then from there, you can explore further. You can start asking yourself, so what if this actually is the case? Then go from there. If this is the case, then what does that mean? So I'll go through it with you. Again, let's use the boyfriend situation. Right, he's leaving. He no longer wants to be in a relationship. That's not something that you wanted. You're angry, okay? Let's take a step back. You're sad. You're hurt. Why are you sad or why are you hurt? Well, because possibility A, them leaving me makes me feel like something is wrong with me or makes me feel like I lack something because if I didn't lack anything, why would they want to go? Or B, it could be, oh, well, if they leave me, that means they want someone else and that person is probably better than me or they feel that way about this person. Or C, if they leave me, I'll be lonely. Or D, now I have to figure out life without this person. Maybe you might have a financial dependency on this person. There could be a host of reasons. And then you take a step further back. What if they feel like they see some things in you that they don't like? Now what? For possibility A. They see some things in you that they don't like. That's okay. That's not something's wrong with you. That is a nod to misalignment. It's not necessarily black or white, wrong or right. Sometimes it's just we're misaligned and the things that you need and the things that you want don't align with the things that you want and you need. You get what I'm saying? It's not always black or white, wrong or right. I'm gonna get tongue-tied, I keep saying that. But yeah. So you see where I'm going with this? Or B, you know, they might be dating someone else and they might like that person better. They might be more aligned with that person for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's good or bad. Taking the good or bad or the right or wrong out of situations sometimes really will change your entire freaking world. I will be honest with you, okay? Because instead of looking at it like, well, then that person's better if he likes them better. No, that could mean that that person's demons play better with his. You don't know. But if you don't take a moment to self-consult and then possibly think about all of the reasons that are really the root of how you feel, you won't get an opportunity to reframe properly, okay? So that's for that example. Maybe C, you think you're gonna be lonely. And what if you're lonely? What's the worst that can happen being lonely? You get to be with all of this. You get to be with yourself. How are we telling people, oh, I am the table baby, but we don't wanna be alone? You get what I'm saying? You get to be with yourself. Loneliness ain't gonna kill you. Promise. Now what you do with that time to yourself, what you do with that solitude, I don't know. But what's the worst that can happen just from feeling lonely? Oh, think of the places you can go when you're just by yourself. And 9 times out of 10, you get to go faster. Okay. So let's go for D, the last example that I threw out at you. Maybe you have a financial dependency on this person and they're leaving and they no longer want to support you. And now what will you do? What's the worst that can happen? You lose your money. You lose your worldly things, okay? And this is going to break down beautifully, okay? You lose your worldly things. Wow. Now you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose everything. I'm gonna be poor. Being poor ain't gonna kill you. Okay? But being poor will motivate you. Losing the things will make you want to get in your bag and hustle. Right? So then you take it a step further. Why do I care about losing everything? Is it your livelihood or is it what people are going to say? And you get an opportunity to really explore yourself when things get tricky. I promise you. So that's step one. Really unpacking what's going on. Unpacking why you feel the way that you feel so that you can get a grip on your feelings and really be able to pinpoint what exactly is happening. All right? And then once you do that, then you can move on to step two. You can start to consider the actual evidence of the thing. What is fact? What is truth? Am I fully informed about the situation? Is my anxiety telling me that I need to feel away? What are the facts? What is the truth? Are my beliefs about a particular thing shifting the truth? Because, say for example, option D, you're worried about what people are going to think if you lose everything. Is that a fact that these people will think of you as some poor little girl who lost all her things and that man left her high and dry and now she don't have nothing, poor little girl? Or are you feeling like they'll judge you because that's how you would judge someone else, or that's how you would judge yourself? Really think about the whole thing. And then once you do that, I challenge you to pull out a piece of paper, write down 2 positive things that can come from your negative circumstances. 2 things. And then we're on to the juicy part. Now we can reframe. So boom. That example I gave you like in the beginning of the video. The man is leaving, child. He don't want to stay. You're not going to beg him because you're not that girl. You better not be that girl. Fighting for your relationship and begging for someone to stay are 2 different things. You are not a beggar. Okay? Because beggars cannot be choosy. And you are a choosy woman because you get to choose. Because this is your reality and you get to create it. Okay? So just don't forget that. He don't want to stay. He's leaving. Let him go. Now he's gone. Now in your mind, what's good about him going? Oh, now that he's gone, I can find somebody with more. Now that he's gone, I can find somebody more aligned with me. Now that he's gone, I get to figure out who the heck I am without someone else. Now that he's gone, I don't have to cook dinner for anyone else. Now that he's gone, I get to be in my own thoughts and wear my ugly sweats when I feel like it, or go where I want to go. He never liked to go this place. I get to go there alone. Now I need you to go on a rampage of positivity. And I'm using the relationship aspect because this is something that I feel like all ladies can relate to in some way or another. The man piece, or if you date the same sex, your polarity, okay? Whoever is playing the polarity from you, because obviously relationships have polarity. There'll always be someone who is more masculine or more feminine and vice versa. Now I need you to go on a rampage to really see how your life can be enhanced as a result of this perceived negative situation. And I'm not saying that it's always gonna feel good every second of the day. You're gonna have, it's a breakup, child. You're not gonna feel good all the time. But if you have something else positive, that is exactly that same truth, but something positive to lean on, oh baby, that's gonna sweeten the deal so much more than just looking at it from a negative space. And I guarantee you that. And so that's what this video was about. I want to make sure you guys are really taking y'all 2023 and beyond by the edges and snatch her the way she needs to be snatched, because this is your reality. This is your life. Pour love into yourself. You don't have to be delusional in order to be happy. You don't. You can be honest. Okay? Love on yourselves. Don't look for the most negative thing in the room, because you will find it. And if you do find it, I challenge you to take it and make it good, because you are mentally, oh my God, your brain literally is going to be the thing that makes or breaks you. So invest in your mental health. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are creating and cultivating that inner happiness, Because baby, it's always gonna be something that's gonna piss you off, hurt your feelings, have you down in the dumps. You have to develop the emotional muscle so that you can pull yourself up out of any ditch and get yourself in a great space when it ain't one to be found. Okay? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have fun reframing, and I have some big news soon, so I'll be announcing that a little later, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.